Tonight, we journey back to the moment when the world's fastest-growing economies collided with the raw power of global finance. This is the story of the Asian financial crisis, a drama of ambition, hubris, and survival that changed the fate of millions. It's late September 1997. The world's financial elite gather in Hong Kong, celebrating a decade of relentless growth. The East Asian miracle, they call it. But beneath the surface, a storm is brewing. The region's economic boom is built on fragile foundations, massive inflows of foreign capital, much of it short-term and denominated in US dollars, fueling speculative bubbles in real estate and stocks. In Thailand, the model is simple: borrow big, build fast, and bet on tomorrow. The World Bank hails Thailand as a miracle, but the miracle is fragile. By 1997, export growth slows, partly due to Japan's slump. Japanese banks pull back. Speculators, led by legendary hedge funds, sense weakness and launch leveraged bets against the Thai Baht. The Thai government burns through its reserves, trying to defend the currency. On July 2, 1997, out of options, Thailand abandons its peg. The baht collapses overnight. The crisis leaps from Thailand to its neighbors. Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines see their currencies and markets plunge. South Korea, a global powerhouse, faces a run on its reserves and teeters on the edge of insolvency. In Hong Kong, speculators attack the currency peg, triggering global stock sell-offs. Across the region, capital flees. Banks collapse under the weight of bad loans. Investment dries up. GDPs plummet. Indonesia's per capita GDP drops by over 40%, Thailand's by more than 20%. Millions lose jobs. Middle classes, built over decades, are wiped out in weeks. In Indonesia, riots erupt, claiming over 1,000 lives. In South Korea, families donate gold to save their nation. Desperate, Thailand calls the IMF. But the help is slow, and the medicine is harsh. Austerity, high interest rates, and blame. The IMF's rescue packages come with strict conditions: raise taxes, cut spending, eliminate subsidies, let insolvent banks fail. The pain deepens. Critics argue that in the midst of recession, these policies only make things worse, fueling unemployment and poverty. Japan proposes a $100 billion Asian monetary fund to stem the bleeding, but the US Treasury, fearing a rival to its power, says no. The crisis spreads. South Korea faces default. President Clinton intervenes. A $55 billion rescue is assembled, but only after bitter negotiations and more painful demands. The U.S. offers collateral, not cash, and the New York Federal Reserve brokers a deal with banks to roll over Korean debt, narrowly averting disaster. The crisis devastates lives and shatters illusions. In Thailand and Indonesia, poverty and trauma linger for years. In South Korea, painful reforms break the old alliances between government and big business, setting the stage for a new era. But the world's financial system learns the wrong lessons. Western policymakers move on, ignoring the warning signs. A decade later, the global financial crisis of 2008 erupts, proof that the dangers of unregulated finance have only grown. Today, financial flows dwarf those of the 1990s. Markets move at lightning speed, but political responses lag behind. Systemic risks, climate change, inequality, runaway speculation, remain unpriced, unaddressed. The lessons of 1997 echo louder than ever. We are all connected. A crisis in one corner of the world can topple the global house of cards. Behind every statistic is a life upended. The Asian financial crisis was not just an economic event, it was a human tragedy, a social earthquake. For decades, Asia enjoyed high growth, low unemployment, and relative equality. The crisis brought mass unemployment, rising poverty, and shattered social safety nets. After 1997, Asian countries build massive reserves, strengthen banks, and vow never again. The IMF, chastened by its failures, shifts away from harsh austerity. But the world's financial system grows ever more complex, ever more fragile. New vulnerabilities emerge. Rising dollar-denominated debt, growing private sector leverage, and interconnected financial institutions that can transmit shocks globally. We stand at a crossroads. Will we build a system that serves people, not just profits? Will we learn from the past or be doomed to repeat it? The Asian financial crisis was 0 hour for the modern world, a warning shot across the bow of globalization. It showed that unchecked finance is a force of nature, powerful, unpredictable, and, if left unregulated, devastating. Tonight, as markets hum and skyscrapers glitter, remember the night the world trembled. The crisis is not just history, it's a mirror. The next shock could come from anywhere, at any time. Because in the end, the real miracle isn't endless growth or financial wizardry, it's the human spirit, tested, battered, but never broken.